What's up, boys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm on 2K24 and we're going to see what would happen if the NBA had a season based on the current college football format. I'm talking rankings, conference tournaments, life-threatening injuries, Fanville commercials, and a 4-team playoff. The easy way to do this would be to leave the conferences and divisions the way they are and continue from there. But I'll be honest, I tried it this way and the Portland Trail Blazers won the national championship, so I had to fix a few things. So instead, here's what the league alignment will look like. The Northwest Conference is now the SEC, which includes the Hawks, Mavs, the defending champ Nuggets, and the Thunder. The other major conference in the West is the exact same as the Pacific Division. It's the Pac-12. But what makes this work is that the West and East each have a bum conference to improve the major conference records and to help decide the rankings around the league. So here we have the Mountain West Division, which includes the Jawless Grizzlies, the Jazz, Rockets, Spurs, and Trailblazers. On the other side of the league, we have the ACC, which is solid but top heavy, just like in real life. Next, we have the Big Ten, which worked out perfectly. Each team has a Big Ten college in their state, including the 76ers, Bucks, Cavs, Pacers, and Timberwolves. And below them is the MAC conference, which has the remaining fill-in-the-blank teams in the league. The most important change of the season will be the amount of games played. I'm going to set that to the lowest amount possible, 14 games, which will make every single game matter. When we make it to the playoffs, every round will be single game elimination. So just like in college football, the top two teams from each conference or division in NBA terms will face each other at the end of the season to make or break their chances at making the playoffs. Again, only 4 teams will make it to the playoffs because that's obviously just how sports should operate, and the ranking/playoff committee will be controlled by none other than myself, which I will base on records, strength of schedule, and strength of wins and losses. To be honest, the Mountain West and MAC conferences have almost no chance of making it to that point, but if a team were to go undefeated the entire season, it would be hard to deny them. I then simulated all the way to the end of the season. Here's a glimpse of the playoffs according to the NBA, but of course none of this matters to me. A playoff should only include at a maximum 4 teams. First of all, the best record in the league belongs to none other than the 12-2 Orlando Magic. The Pelicans, Lakers, and 76ers are the only other teams to finish with double-digit victories. Then we have a cluster of bowl-eligible to top 10 teams from 5th to 21st. But this is the point where I started to look over every team's wins and losses while keeping in mind which conference they're playing in. Me, myself, and I really hit the books over the next half hour or so, but I think I have a fairly accurate pre-conference tournament ranking here. Starting with the #1 overall team in the country, we have the 76ers, who will be playing the #5 ranked Cavs in the Big Ten Championship. With the Cavs victory, it's possible both teams make it to the Final Four, but most likely in this scenario, whichever team wins is in and whoever loses is out. The #2 team in the country is somehow the Pelicans. They went 10-4 in the SEC and have a tough conference championship opponent in the Nuggets. Third is interesting. I have the LA Lakers, who went 10-4 but didn't make it to their conference championship game. Instead, we have a close fourth with the Warriors, who went 9-5 and will face the Kings in the Pac-12 championship. The best I could do for the Magic is 6, which I think is more than fair considering their schedule. With a conference tournament win against the Pistons, they could very well slip their way into the playoffs considering the matchups above them, but it's not a guarantee. But hey, you never know what's going to happen with the committee. I have the Knicks at 7th, who could have really used an ACC championship game, but instead that'll be between the 8-6 Raptors and the 4-10 Nets. And last and least, we have the Mountain West Championship between the 11th ranked Grizzlies and 21st ranked Rockets, which has 0 playoff implications. I made a new league that includes all of the conference championship teams while making sure to carry over the existing injuries from the 14-game season. First up, we have the Mountain West Championship between the Rockets and Grizzlies. Like I said, this game doesn't really matter. They'd be lucky to have this game featured on StreamE, so I'll sum this game up rather quickly. They played some basketball and the Rockets beat the Grizzlies by 6, and still neither team is making the playoffs. Next up is the 13th ranked Raptors versus the unranked Nets of the disappointing ACC. This game doesn't matter either, but of course 2K decided to make this one of the most competitive games possible. Pascal Siakam forced overtime twice in a row in the final seconds. The Raptors had another chance to take up storage on my PC, but OG missed the tying 3, and the 4-10 Nets messed up the ACC even more by winning the conference championship game. Finally, we have a game that matters in the SEC championship game. We have the #2 team in the country, the LSU Pelicans, facing the 8th ranked Nuggets. The Nuggets were looking at a 4 9-point lead going into halftime, but the Pelicans apparently have some unlimited range on their team. In the opening minutes of the fourth quarter, the walk-ons took over. Larry Nance hit an and one in traffic, but Julian Strother, who could be the water boy for all I know, hits a tough floater to bring the game within one. Trey Murphy and Herbert the Pervert then hit back-to-back threes to give the Pelicans a 5-point lead. And the SEC wouldn't be the SEC without some questionable calls and an agenda. So Scott Foster made his presence known by calling a shooting foul on MPJ after he blocked the layup off the backboard. Jokic tried his best to put his team on his back in this game, but Aaron Gordon can't make a wide open three. And after finding Jamal Murray on the handoff, he runs to the baseline and puts up a pretty good shot if he were playing horse. The Nuggets will lose this one and finish the season 8-7, but the Pelicans will move to 11-4 on the year and lock themselves in for a playoff spot. Next up is the 4th ranked Warriors versus the 10th ranked Kings. The Kings have home court advantage and the Warriors are missing CP3 due to injury, but all that means is Stephen Curry is getting more playing time. The Kings didn't put enough effort into slowing down Curry on the 3-point line, and surprise, surprise, that didn't work out for them. The Kings put up a good fight and eventually decided to double team Curry on the catch, but when Draymond Green is knocking down threes, you know you're in trouble. The Warriors won this game and the Pac-12 by 8 points after Curry had 28 points, including 7 3-pointers in only 18 minutes. Next up is the 6th ranked Magic versus the 19th ranked Pistons. I expected a blowout and a tough decision for the committee, but the Pistons put up a good fight on the road. With a game tied up in the 4th and the bench players on the court, the Iowa State legend Monte Morris came in and took over. After assisting on a 3-pointer, it looked like he had the confidence to put up the lowest IQ shot of all time, but he bamboozled the Magic defense and found a wide open James Wiseman under the basket. That gave the Pistons some breathing room in the final minutes, but Cole Anthony brought the game within 3 on a contested pull-up. Asar Thompson wanted to end this game here and now with a 3-pointer. It's off, but Jalen Duren comes in from the corner 3, grabs a board, and puts it back in. Cole Anthony, of all players on the Magic, isn't having it. He hits a tough and one on the drive and then finds a wide open Wendell Carter on the roll to make it a 1-point game with 18 seconds remaining. And with one last play, they give the ball to Franz Wagner. They bring the screen, but Franz isn't a fan of it. He takes one dribble and chucks up the game-tying shot, and it's off. The Magic choke to the Pistons 51-48. The Magic will finish 12-3 for the year, but there isn't a worst possible way they could have ended their season. And for the last conference championship game, we have the number 1 76ers facing the number 5 Cavs for the Big Ten championship. This game was airtight. Here we are with 3 minutes left. The 76ers are down 1. They put the ball in their star player's hands, DeAnthony Melton, who dribbles into traffic, throws Maxey a grenade, and it ends up in a terrible shot. On the other end, the Cavs don't waste much time finding Evan Mobley on the open lob, but the 76ers might have stumbled upon a decent player. After dicking around in the paint, they give it to Embiid, who hits a 3 and ties up the game at 37. The 76ers give Embiid the ball and let him go to work, but at this rate, he's going to end up on welfare after this game. He does absolutely nothing, but the Cavs leave the roadkill open and he knocks down the jumper. The Cavs respond with a Donovan Mitchell 3-pointer off the pick and roll. Joel Embiid has the ball on the other end, but gets triple teamed. He kicks it out, Melton swings it to the corner, and the game is tied up again. The Cavs can't be stopped on this pick and roll. Mitchell finds Mobley on his way to the basket, and the Cavs are up 2 points with less than a minute left. The entire world knows where the ball is going on this possession. Joel Embiid gets it and has help coming immediately. He runs to one of the most useless spots on the court and picks up his dribble. He still finds an open Maxey, who has the mismatch. He hits the step back 3. It's open but off. The number 1 team in the country has fallen, and it is now time to release the final rankings. The new number 1 team in the country will be the 11-4 Pelicans. Before winning the SEC, they were ranked 2nd, so that was an easy decision. At 6, we have the New York Knicks. They went 9-5 and could have made the Final Four if it weren't for the Brooklyn Nets. In 2nd, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers. They were 5th, but they beat the top-ranked 76ers in the Big Ten Championship, so respectfully, I have them making a big leap in the final rankings. Playing the Cavs in the semifinals will be the 3rd-ranked Golden State Warriors. They ended the season in 4th. They finished 10-5 and won the Pac-12. And for 4th and 5th place, the 76ers will not make the Final Four. They will be 5th. To be fair, Georgia losing to Alabama and sliding to 6 in real life backs up this tough decision for me. And in 4th place, I have the LA Lakers. I promise I'm not trying to dick ride LeBron here, regardless of how veiny it is. The Lakers finished 10-4. They had the best strength of losses in the country. 2 of those 4 losses include teams that made the Final Four. I'm still not sure if I made the right call there, but they will be facing the New Orleans Pelicans in the semifinals. Up first will be the 2-seed Cavs versus the 3-seed Warriors. We've got another close game, including bench warmers hitting clutch shots entering the 4th quarter. Curry is still out here doing Curry things, but Ricky Rubio was picked before him for a reason. I mean, look at this white man finesse. What other skin color would think to call for a pick and roll in the paint? Jared Allen moves across the county with his screen, and Donovan Mitchell finds himself wide open for a 3 to put the Cavs up 2. But the computer does not know what to do against 2 screens at once, so Curry hits him right back with a 3 of his own. And another stop later, Curry finds the 2K legend Kevon Looney for a dunk off the pick and roll. The Cavs are down 3, so they abuse the double screen. Garland is wide open, but no, he'd rather throw a bounce pass into the congested paint and turn it over. The Warriors push it up court, and it wasn't pretty, but they find themselves an easy shot, and they are up 5 with less than 2 minutes to go. The Cavs still have time to come back, and they start off by getting a quick and easy bucket inside. The Cavs get a stop, and Okoro throws a dot to Mitchell inside, but Draymond Green isn't having it. The Cavs get another chance to tie the game up. Okoro comes off the Mobley screen. He's open in the corner, but he doesn't want it. Mobley makes it 10 times more complicated than it needed to be, but still comes out with 2 points. The Cavs get yet another chance to tie things up with a 3, but they can't help themselves. They love finishing inside more than Magic Johnson in the 80s. The Cavs have one last shot at hitting a 3-pointer with less than 20 seconds to go, but they have Donovan Mitchell, they have strong screeners, but no, they want Isaac Okoro, and that's not gonna get it done. The Warriors narrowly win this one 53-51 and are moving on to the national championship. On the other side of the bracket, we have the Lakers taking on the top seed Pelicans. The Pelicans have been broken in this game all season long, and it might have something to do with the shot making abilities of Brandon Ingram. The Pels are down 3 with 3 minutes to go, but D'Lo is guarding the Pillsbury Doughboys, so that's an easy bucket for him. But my glorious king wants every new tournament championship before his arthritis kicks in, so he steps up and hits a long 2-pointer. Then AD hits Zion with a textbook moving screen, and LeBron hits the open 3 to put the Lakers up 4. Ingram keeps the Pelicans in this game with a step through shot, but on the next play we get some girth on girth, and Jonas almost paralyzes my king from the neck down. That probably should have been a flagrant foul, but of course the Pelicans aren't even buying the fact that it was a foul in the first place. The Pels then made it as difficult as possible for themselves to score, but the third time was a charm. AD is bringing the ball up for some reason, but it doesn't matter. LeBron gets the ball and Ingram lets him have his way with him. Again, the Pels give the ball to Ingram. This man is high out of his mind right now. He chucks it up and just hopes for the best. Jonas gets the board, but AD sends it back. The Pels aren't fouling yet, so the Lakers push the pace here. D'Lo gets the ball and makes the play of his life and finds AD in the lane for an alley-oop. And with that, the Lakers will be moving on to the national championship after winning this one 55-50, which means we have 2 Pac-12 teams in the championship. I don't know what the committee was thinking. The 3-seed Warriors have the home court advantage over the Lakers, and again we get a really even game in this one. We're all tied up entering the 4th quarter, but Gabe Vincent loosens things up by hitting his best shot of his career with the Lakers. The Lakers get a stop and LeBron has a mismatch. They all clear out. He gets to the paint. He has a wide open layup, but this man knows something we don't. He hits Rui on the perimeter and he hits an and 1 3. But D'Angelo Russell thought he'd make this game competitive again by not playing defense on Curry. He gets a wide open 3 and brings the Warriors back within 4. They double Curry on this possession and the Lakers rotations were awful, and Wiggins hits an open 3 to bring the game within 3. With 90 seconds to go, again D'Angelo doesn't feel like guarding Curry and the Lakers lead has disappeared. D'Lo tries making up for his mistakes on defense by taking a pull-up jumper on the block, but it just ends up with AD getting the putback while tearing every muscle in his body in the process. For once on this possession, D'Lo plays some solid defense, but Curry is a cheat code. He hits the go-ahead 3 and the Warriors are up 1 with a minute remaining. LeBron tries taking over by muscling his way inside. Nothing is working, but the man is a basketball genius. He forced his way into a double team, but all that did was leave AD wide open under the basket. On the next possession, Curry calls for the way too low pick and roll. He hits Draymond. It's not a great shot, shot, but it goes in and the Warriors are back on top. LeBron again tries bullying Draymond. He hits a spin move and is wide open, but this man is either stat padding or has been watching Ben Simmons highlights. Either way, AD finishes and the Lakers have the lead with 30 seconds left on the clock. Out of the Warriors inbound, the Lakers don't even give them a chance to set up their play because they left Draymond wide open under the basket. The Lakers inbound the ball out of the timeout. They could wait for a last second shot, but this game just loves sending double teams when you don't need to. And LeBron finds AD for a wide open alley-oop. Both teams are out of timeout, so the Warriors have to go. They set up their play. Curry comes off the Draymond screen. D'Lo is sticking to him, but Curry sends his ankles across the court. He's open for the buzzer beater, but it's no good. That would have been a beautiful way to end it, but it was a competitive season and tournament nonetheless. The Lakers are national champions, even though I was really debating putting the Sixers in fourth instead of them. Meanwhile, the Warriors are crushed. They fought so hard to be here, but not Kevon Looney. Nothing's gonna bring this man down tonight. That's right, he's working on his transfer portal decision right away. And of course, for the finals MVP, we all saw this coming. The man they couldn't have done it without, Draymond Green. Classic Alfredo 2K. Adam Silver, if you run out of ideas to steal from other sports, look no further. I got you covered. It's all tested and ready to go. But that'll do it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.